After refusing to leave the nursing home, this elderly person was incarcerated. Juanita Fitzgerald, 93 years old, has lived in this home since 2011, which is operated by National Church Residences. According to the center, Fitzgerald had not paid rent for a long time because she felt she did not have much longer to live. However, Fitzgerald claimed she had always tried to pay, but the staff rejected her payments over and over again. During her stay, Fitzgerald complained constantly about the environment and even claimed there was mold in her room, though after an inspection, no anomalies were found. Despite numerous attempts by authorities and social service agencies to help her, including contacting her family in Tennessee, Fitzgerald rejected all assistance. When the police tried to carry out the eviction, the elderly woman resisted vigorously, saying, "Unless you carry me out, I'm not going anywhere." Finally, Fitzgerald was taken to prison, where she will spend the rest of her life. Do you think this is too cruel for her?
I've always tried to alert to the corruption ever since the Christian faith has become an organization, has become a community, has become a business. It's become corrupt. I'll be playing with my dog. Sorry, I got some in my hair. The church as an institution has become criminal in its nature, in its teachings, its intention. It's nothing more than grasping for money. And I've always tried to, I'm an ex-Christian. I left my faith when I had cancer and heart failure. I have an ex-Christian channel on YouTube, which I no longer go or post any videos. But even as a Christian, funny enough, I used to expose Christianity, as nothing more than a corrupt institution. Sexual infidelity, adultery, child, sexual abuse, rape, rampant in the churches. Yet somehow the members are not interested. They're not interested. They want to remain a blind eye, and you wonder whether these people are benefiting from the corruption that goes on inside Christendom. This black woman, calling herself born-again Christian, born from above, have Jesus living inside her spirit, battered and beaten a 93-year-old old white woman. Purely, she's been there since 2012, I think, or 2012, because she couldn't afford to pay the rent. Couldn't afford to pay the rent. And the church, as a business, decides to assault a 93-year-old. Suppose she'd have died. The brutality of it. I had to cut the video because I know what YouTube's like. And it's also graphic. An elderly person. They talk about God is love. God is love. When you be to these churches, whether black churches, white churches, you begin to realize there's no such thing as God's love, because you don't see it manifested in their character, in their behavior. All you see is a love of money and lust and perversion. That's all you see, and hypocrisy and hatred. But God is love. God is love. And look how they manifested it. My dog's come back. Want me to kick his ball. Okay? Look how they manifest this so-called... Oh, yeah, buddy. Let me share my dog. That's my dog. He's coming back with his ball. Well, this they claim God is love, God is love. And you know something? With all that, what do they do? That's a good kick. What do? They abuse this 93-year-old woman. That could be my grandparents. That could be your grandparents. That could be your family. But from Catholicism, the Vatican, the church, for the papacy, the indulgences, always been about money and corruption. That's a good kick. Money and corruption. And that's what led to this poor white woman. Could have been your granny, could have been your family. And this black Christian, born again, abused her, assaulted her. I'm not sure whether the court, because I didn't see this, but so-called black Christian, I don't see her being punished. Nothing happened to her. You see, a system that's run by money, human life has no value. In the court of law, have no value. Pay your rent. Oh, my head's got messy. Pay your rent. We don't care, right? We don't care, how old you are. Pay your rent. With your 93 years, come on, Woody. With your 93, right, years old. If you don't pay your rent, we'll batter you. This is the Christian message. Pay your rent or we'll batter you. There's no God's love. That's why Jesus is love. Jesus is love. I have not seen any evidence whatsoever. No evidence of the so-called God's love. All I see is adultery, fornication, wickedness, sex, lust, love of money, materialism. That's all I've seen. It made me angry when I saw that. It made me really angry because I've always exposed the church. Even when I was a Christian, I exposed the church. It's become a greedy, wicked organization. And all the wicked members continue to join them. The wicked members. Birds of a feather flock together. What evil happens in the church, you can guarantee the members are involved.
After refusing to leave the nursing home, this elderly person was incarcerated. Juanita Fitzgerald, 93 years old, has lived in this home since 2011, which is operated by National Church Residences. According to the center, Fitzgerald had not paid rent for a long time because she felt she did not have much longer to live. However, Fitzgerald claimed she had always tried to pay, but the staff rejected her payments over and over again. During her stay, Fitzgerald complained constantly about the environment and even claimed there was mold in her room, though after an inspection, no anomalies were found. Despite numerous attempts by authorities and social service agencies to help her, including contacting her family in Tennessee, Fitzgerald rejected all assistance. When the police tried to carry out the eviction, the elderly woman resisted vigorously, saying, "Unless you carry me out, I'm not going anywhere." Finally, Fitzgerald was taken to prison, where she will spend the rest of her life. Do you think this is too cruel for her?